Hey guys, I was watching mini wargaming the other day, and Dave said something that I thought was kind of interesting, and I'm just going to give it a shot. And I know this is true because I used to do this myself when I was you know, between jobs, so to speak, trying to make this work. And what you're going to see is me assembling this the Necron Pyramid as I'm kind of flapping my lips. But he was saying anybody starting up a channel, do, like, you know, bat reps, do I think they call them vlogs. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming a vlog is where a person is talking to their audience, whoever their audience may be, about a subject. Because a lot of people like to build and paint, and that's what I used to do. Quite a bit of that, actually. And so I wanted to kind of actually, really, this is more asking you guys than me so much blabbing away, but I've never really done this before. I mean, I've done it with, obviously, with customers, but I've never done it, I think, to the open community, and that is if I were to do, like, generic tables, and normally what I do is I normally talk to the customer, kind of get a feel for what they're looking for, and then I reference my kind of my databanks. I think that's one of the reasons why I watch so many playthroughs on video games and whatnot, for the simple fact that there's such great terrain and such great ideas out there, and just by exposing yourself to it, your brain and your style will naturally select certain things, and you'll get new ideas and you'll grow in new directions, and I think that's always a good thing. Always want to broaden your horizons. But long story short, what I wanted to ask you guys is, what if you could design your own table, fantasy or 40K, what would be the items you would want on it? You know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of people have different things, and I'm kind of looking, is there a general consensus of what people in general like? Because it would be easier for me as a terrain guy to you know, fulfill whoever's what's the word I'm looking for? Their general expectations, I guess, is probably what I'm looking for. I've always been a slave to themed tables because it gives you your most, it's weird, it gives you greater freedom, but it still gives you direction. And sometimes you can have too much freedom. And I know that sounds strange to people, but sometimes the hardest thing is when someone says, I want an elf table, for instance, or a dwarven table, or whatever. And you have no reference point to really run with it. You know, sometimes that level of freedom makes the job harder, actually. And so I just wanted to throw out there, you know, here's your chance in the comment section to say, you know, this is what I think. And that's the other thing, these are all opinions, so I really don't want to see, you know, people teeing off on other people. You know, this is kind of just a free-form, free-thought experiment, if you will. And so it gives me a greater insight, because like I said, I don't play Warhammer Fantasy, I don't play 40k, I'm an old D&Der, and for me, you know, my philosophy is it should be, every table should be like an infinity table, which is just jam-packed with as much terrain as I can possibly fit on it. I remember looking at people doing reviews on Act 1s on various blogs and stuff, and one of the things that really kind of surprised me was, because, you know, I expect a lot for my money. I'm assuming, you know, everyone out there expects a lot for their money. You know, if you don't, you should. But when I did Act 1, you know, I was getting responses like, you know, you get like a silly amount of terrain. Well, you know, I think 40k is, I think they definitely are, you know, use more terrain than fantasy, in the sense that you're not trying to drive these big battleships of formations. You know, if you've ever played like you know, video games where like I think I played a Star Trek game, and I mean, when you're looking over the kind of back top of your Federation starship and you're trying to maneuver this thing around, you really get a feel for what these big boats are like. And I think that's the best example I can give to formations. You know, it's not like a D&D thing where you're driving your guy through whatever the terrain is to get at your enemy and get to melee with them. It's like, no, you gotta take everybody into account and, you know, make room for everybody. You have to account for the charging of the group coming into it. So it's really, it's got a kind of a legendary clash feel to it, which is great. I love that. One of the best things about watching the battle reports is just seeing how these epic battles unfold. And but, you know, I guess I'm kind of getting off the subject, so let's just throw some stuff out there. If you wanted a chaos table, what kind of stuff would you want to see on it? Would you want to see, you know, altars? Would you want to see... I always like the idea of doing like a, what was the name? Vlad the Impaler? I always wanted to do, and I'm probably going to have to do this someday just because it's so cool. I wanted to do like a Vlad Impaler forest where, you know, one of the things that actually pushed back the Persians when they moved into, I want to say Transylvania. It's not Transylvania. It's one of those type countries, though. There was a Persian general who was known for his brutal, you know, psychological warfare on the battlefield. And when he came across, when he came across what Vlad had done to a bunch of the enemy soldiers and put them all on pikes and stuff, it actually caused him to be turned back. He's like, you know, I'm a brutal guy, and this guy may have just out-brutaled me. So I think that would be a really cool concept for a table. Get a better one. Always make extras, guys. Always make extras. Because if something doesn't look quite right, and it'll happen, you want to have an extra one that you can swap out. But yeah, I'd love to know what's the expectations for, you know, fantasy, and like footprints too. What do you guys think about the size of the footprints? Because like I hear different things from different people over the years. You know, some people are just happy with, you know, literally like a 3x3 footprint. Because, I mean, 3x3 may seem like nothing, but when you've got to move a formation around that 3x3 thing, that can eat up a ton of your movement. You know, and that might be the difference between you charging, not charging, that kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm interested in. So we'll have that be the first vlog of the day. And as I think of other cool things to ask, we'll go on to those. Love you guys. Bye-bye.